So what if you had no self-doubt? What could you achieve in life? The biggest obstacle to success is your own self-doubt. Think about how many things you haven't tried in life because you were unsure of the outcomes. Or perhaps you've tried them but haven't succeeded yet because there was something about it that made you nervous. What if I can't do it? What if I fail? What if people laugh at me, right? I want you to think about one thing that makes you nervous in life, something you haven't tried yet, and keep that in mind as I talk today. Because I'm going to tell you about a technique with nearly 50 years of research that is proven to bypass your self-doubt and let you succeed. And the best part is you can go home today and take the cell phone that's in your pocket and complete this technique on your own. The technique is called video self-modeling. And you probably haven't heard about it because until that cell phone in your pocket was developed, it used to take a lot of very expensive equipment to complete video self-modeling. And so only researchers who could get grants could do video self-modeling. My doctoral advisor, Tom Kale, happened to have such a grant. And to put the technology piece in perspective for you, this was the cutting-edge cell phone that my brother gave to me in the 90s when I learned video self-modeling. So we've come a pretty long way in a short period of time. Far enough that it is time now for everybody to start using video self-modeling because the effects are so powerful. So what is video self-modeling? Well, I'm going to give you a few key components of it. The first component is that the videos are short. They're only about 30 seconds to a couple of minutes long, so they don't take a lot of your time. The second is that the videos show you yourself performing whatever behavior it is you want to be able to do in real life. And the third, and probably most important component, is the videos are edited. So you are only looking good on that video. We take out all errors. So the videos are not used to shame you and say, look at how stupid you looked when you did that. They're used to show your brain exactly what to do so that you can succeed. It works on so many different behaviors. It works on stuttering, anxiety, depression, public speaking skills, reading fluency. The list goes on and on and on. Almost any behavior you can show on film, we can use video self-modeling for. So how does it work? Well, it works by showing you yourself as the model to learn from without errors. Albert Bandura was the first to identify that humans learn by watching others. And the more similar that other person is to us, the more likely we are to model their behavior. So I came up with this example for you to understand what I mean by that. You may recognize this very famous singer, Justin Bieber. This was from 2010. He had a funny-looking hairdo, but he was very successful. This is my son, also in 2010. I guarantee you the adults around him did not have that hairdo. But he modeled himself after somebody that he perceived to be similar to himself who was successful. Okay, so we learn by modeling others. The more similar they are to us, the more likely we are to model the behavior. So you yourself are the perfect model for yourself. So video self-modeling can work on so many different behaviors. And so what happens is when your brain sees yourself performing well, you have a natural root response to be able to perform in real life. Video self-modeling is not the only technique that taps your root response. Guided imagery and mirror therapy also tap your root response, but today we're going to focus on video self-modeling because it's the one that you can complete on your own. So I started a company about a year ago. I left my role as a professor to start my own company to spread use of video self-modeling because I thought it was so important. I firmly believe humans are capable of so much more if we start using video to learn good goal behaviors. So part of what I do is I go out in school systems and different programs and I train people how to do video self-modeling. So I'm going to share with you some examples of what my trainees have been able to accomplish. And the reason I do the training is so that the spread can go so much further because I want to spread video self-modeling worldwide. So this is data from a little boy who was trying to learn how to pedal his tricycle. He'd been working with a physical therapist all last fall, She used very good techniques to try to teach him how to pedal his tricycle. He couldn't get past 3 or 4 rotations. So she filmed him doing those 3 rotations, and she repeated the film over and over. And actually, if you watch the film, you'll see the same shadow go past every time. And then she filmed him getting to a stop sign at the end. She showed this 30-second video to him. Take a guess where he started watching his video. Right there. Right there. Within 2 weeks of watching his video, after months of other therapies not working, he started pedaling he got to 25. You know why it stops at 25? Because it was Connecticut in the winter, so he was inside a gym. He didn't know how to turn his bike yet. I'm sure that was the next video she made for him. This next piece of data is from a young boy with autism who had never greeted adults in his life. 0% of the time did he greet adults. So they made a film of showing him greeting adults. Again, take a guess where he started watching his video. Right there. You got it. Started watching it. Immediately went to between 96 and 98% of the time he was successfully greeting adults on his own. This young man, he was about a middle school age child. His grandmother reported that for the first time in his life, and the first time in her life, he woke up and he said, "Good morning, Nana." She had never heard those words in her life from him. From a 30-second video. Imagine that. So this next piece, I'm going to show you a video that was created for a young boy who had never eaten more than 4 foods. Very specific behaviors about foods. They had tried lots of different techniques without success to get him to eat more foods. So these are actual clips with some descriptions in there so you can understand what's going on. He now, on his own, willingly requests foods. He's eating chicken, beans, peaches. He's getting all different kinds of nutrition he'd never had before from a simple, short video. And you can see it is not Hollywood-style footage. You yourself can do this. So what I'm trying to do is also spread video self-modeling beyond working with people with more extreme challenges to more general, global behaviors. So I've begun working with people working on learning healthy behaviors. Oprah Winfrey has famously shared about her challenges with the ups and downs of maintaining healthy behaviors. She's been involved in lots of programs. Imagine the consistency she could get if she used video self-modeling. And I stand here today telling you I know she could get that consistency because I've been supporting Weight Watchers clients up in Maine. And I've been supporting them in adhering to their program. And I just got data this week that I didn't have time to put into the slides because they were due last week. But they are losing 35 pounds, 55 pounds. They are staying with their program. And when they do go off their program a little bit, they're coming back to it because they're reporting to me they have the images in their heads. Even if they're not currently watching their videos, they have those images in their heads. They're coming back to it. So Oprah, feel free to call me. We'll get you there. So what else can we do? We could think about professional athletes, right? They still aren't making those free throw shots, those choke shots, or professional golfers when they get onto the golf course and they get to the short game, or soccer players trying to shoot the great shots, you know, right when it's the penalty kick shot. Imagine if they used video self-modeling to bypass their self-doubt in those situations. They would succeed. Another area we could use it is in education. Not just for children, because to be honest with you, every school system in the world should have video self-modeling in there because the effects are so fantastic. But what if we also used video to help teachers with feedback on their craft? Bill Gates actually gave a TED Talk, and he talks about using video in classrooms to help teachers improve their craft. If he tweaks his idea just a bit and uses video self-modeling to give the teachers the perfect model to learn from, they themselves, without errors, not from an expert, showing their brains exactly what to do on a short video, he will be successful. I guarantee it. Bill, feel free to call Oprah. She'll have my number, okay? So remember at the beginning, I asked you to think about something that makes you nervous. Given that so many people are afraid of public speaking, I thought that might be in your mind. So I came up with an example for you on how you can go home today and do video self-modeling for yourself. So here's a simple way video self-modeling can work for you in your life. What if giving a talk makes you nervous? Maybe it's giving a TED Talk that makes you nervous. Maybe it's giving a presentation to the higher-ups at work or to a new client. What can you do? Take your camera, film yourself giving that talk, but with nobody else there. Preferably either in a place that you're extremely confident. For me, that place is the Thames Yacht Club in New London, where I do my sailing. Or maybe even in the location where you're going to be giving your presentation. Because you will look much more confident and comfortable if nobody else is there. So then, you can edit in an audience. Show yourself giving the speech, edit in a fabulous audience response, and it will significantly build your confidence in your ability to do that actual talk. Thank you. Thank you. That's excellent modeling. Very well done. Thank you. But I urge you to go out and try this on your own. These kids are not performing because I've come in and said, please eat, right? I'd love to have that power, but I don't, right? It's because they're watching themselves. That little boy, he didn't learn to eat. He's not even able to learn to eat by watching his peers. It took watching himself that got him to do that. It is extraordinarily powerful, and I firmly believe humanity is capable of so much more if we start using video to learn those good behaviors. Think about what we can do in business, in education, in our personal lives. So I urge you, please go out, try the technique, help me to spread it worldwide. And I thank you for your time.